Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Yeah, let's get the show on the road. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lago Zancudo, one of the older tracks on the calendar, and in my personal opinion, one of the best. I know a lot of drivers won't agree with me on there. This track is a tricky one, ladies and gentlemen. Especially this first sector over here going into, what is that, turns 3, 4, 5. You really got to get into a rhythm in this first sector. The entire grid is going on their formation lap now. Quingus John leading the field, followed by T-Dash and Bailey. Tifosi currently in 4th place, qualified well. He's a good qualifier. Tokyo in 5th. The Ghost Shadows in 6th. Tamushka 7th. Stefan 8th. We got Zach down in 9th. And Russian Dealer makes up the top 10 from qualifying. Pascal will be just outside of the top 10. He missed out by just a little bit. He'll be in 11th. Ravioli reserving all the way from F3. Gonna be in 12th. Russian Dealer. Vic. Not sure if Vic is racing. Looks like he is racing. By Andy Joestar, one of the rookies here in F2. Infinite. And Azazel. I had to ask them. And it was Azazel, not Azazel. Who do we have over here? We've got Burn. And who is in front of Burn? Jacob. As the grid lines up now. It's a very short lap here, as you guys can see. If I gave you guys the aerial view of the track, it's a very small track. Especially for when the cars were slower back then. And the grid was slower. It seemed more like an appropriate lap time then. But it's a very short lap time now. We got a very competitive grid. As we see the final cars in the final sector there in the S's approaching the hairpin. And as you guys might have noticed, this track has a very unique pit stop. Going the long way around the outside of the hairpin. But the grid is forming up now. As the lights go down. And it's lights out and away we go. And we're racing here at Lago Zancudo as the drivers head into turn 1. There's collisions here into the first few corners, and the safety car has been called for the crash at the rear of the field. So, the first sector here is quite infamous. I personally did not expect all the drivers to be able to go through, especially since this track hasn't been raced on for quite a few seasons now. A lot of these F2 drivers are not familiar with this track. They haven't raced side by side here with a full grid in a long time. Quengus continues to lead. Bailey and T-Dash make up the top 3. As we hop on board now with the safety car who awaits the field. The entire field coming around to the final corner now. Safety cars leading the pack through the double hairpins. Believe it or not, these are one of the first double hairpins to come into Formula V. Brought in by J-Jack, the track's creator. Safety car will be going in this lap. As the grid slows down, Quangus is really making the grid crawl for this one. As they approach the final corner now, he should be speeding up, and he is off. Once again, we are racing at Lago Zancudo. Had to check the name of the track there. As they head into the first few corners, will they survive? So far, so clean. There's a little bit of a collision there in the midfield, but all is well as we see a couple drivers going side by side into the hairpin there. We got battles and the cars going sideways on the track. As the safety car has been called, that was a 3-car collision on the exit of the downhill hairpin. Drivers have been instructed to go full pace until the hairpin, where they should be collected by our safety car, Lemming. As Lemming picks up the field now. Let me list out the positions for all of you watching. We got Quangus still in first, Bailey in second, T-Dash third, followed by the Ghost Shadows, Tifosi, Ravioli, Pascal Frost, Vic, Jacob, I don't know how to say his name. I am so sorry. Ruisu. Somebody in the comments correct me. I need somebody to tell me how to say that. I'm sorry, my mic's a little bit soft. I'm going to speak a little bit louder now. Jacob in 10th position, followed by Tokyo. Andy Joestar in 12th. Stefan Infinite. Zach Russian Dealer. Tamushka. I'm Not Burned. Azazel. And yeah, that makes up the 19 drivers currently on the grid. We got green flags. The safety car will be coming in this lap. Off goes the safety car. As Quangus John, for the second time this race, rounds the final corner. He's built quite the gap to the rest of the field. Bailey and T-Dash are quite close together. And it looks like Quangus has made the jump for it as they head into the first few corners now. Will they keep it clean? Ravioli defending against Pascal. Vic right behind him as they head into the chicane. Zach and Russian Dealer getting awfully close there on the exit of the chicane. They go side by side now. Downhill they go into the hairpin. And it looks like the grid has kept it clean so far. Will they keep it clean into the double hairpins? There's a little bit of contact there into the first hairpin, I think. There's yellow flags in the middle sector. A little bit of debris on the track. And we got TNS in the chat going to the penalty submission. And Curves has been activated as Quangus John now has built, I don't know, that looks like an entire second's gap. Bailey and T-Dash also have built a gap. As the majority of the field head downhill into the hairpin, we got Quangus John already going into the double hairpins. Uphill he goes. field, making their way out uphill into the final sector. Bailey still trying to hold on to Quangus John, but it looks like Quangus John is getting away. The entire field going on to the next lap of this race. And as it stands, it is Quangus John who leads. Still, he's built quite a significant gap. Bailey right behind him. T-Dash in third position. We got the Ghost Shadows, Tifosi, Ravioli, Jacob, Tokyo, Pascal, Vic, who has somehow made it into the top 10. Sorry, Vic. Infinite right behind him. Tamushka in 12th. Rusu. Oh, I'm butchering it, aren't I? Rusu in 13th. Azazel, Russian Dealer, Stefan, Zach, I'm Not Burn, and Andy Joestar, who has fallen down to last place in 19th. There are only 19 drivers on the grid. There must have been a retirement or something. I am not entirely sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me on this one. I'm gonna add us a new POV to the stream. So bear with me. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We're currently on board with T-Dash, who is down in third position, trying to potentially set himself up for the opportunity to get into first. But Bailey is quite the distance ahead, and Quengus pretty much has disappeared into the distance. Into the first sector, the front of the field goes. And we got a few drivers coming into the pits. I think not due to strategy, but due to a body part loss. And it looks like Joestar will be giving blue flags. I think the first blue flags of the race. Getting 6 shots for you guys. Can we get a W in chat for the 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10 camera work right there. Oh my gosh, we got a 3 wide going into the first sector over here. It's a 4-way battle. Ravioli, Tokyo, the Ghost Shadows, and Jacob going downhill into the hairpin. Let me see if I can maneuver the helicopter around to catch them as they head downhill into the double hairpins over here. Side by side, Tokyo and the Ghost Shadows. Ravioli getting involved. Tokyo going sideways. Quengus, who was our race leader, has gone in for his first pit stop. He's going to be coming out just in between the Ghost Shadows and Jacob. These two drivers are feisty drivers. They really get their elbows out, so I don't know if I was Quengus, would I want to be in that position? As they head into the downhill sector over here. Ravioli and Tokyo still pretty close to each other, especially after that incident a lap earlier. They're definitely not happy with each other in this very moment. T-Dash hunting down Bailey. Currently, they're fighting for P1 as Quangus is just a little bit further down the field after his pit stop. I wonder when these two leaders currently are going to pit. I'm not sure. Bailey currently leads, followed by T-Dash. Stop on board with T-Dash now. And there's also an incident going into downhill hairpin as well. As T-Dash continues to follow Bailey. We got Bailey fans in the chat. That's something. We all love Bailey. Currently leading Lago Zancudo Grand Prix, but when is he going to come into the pits? What is his strategy? And it looks like Bailey and T-Dash are fighting it out. Going into the first sector over here, T-Dash is closer than ever to Bailey. Into the downhill they go. It's going to get interesting as they approach the double hairpins. Man, they're really close. And there's contact between Bailey and T-Dash, who are both going to lose time from this. T-Dash actually gets away, and he inherits the lead. I'm not sure what the FIA are going to say about that one. Bailey is not going to be happy. He's going to lose a ton of time, especially to Quangus, who is currently still in 4th position, but on a fresh set of tires. People are calling for the disqualification of T-Dash. Interesting right there. Look at this battle over here. Stefan defending Tokyo, defending Russian Dealer. And that guy as they head into the downhill hairpin over here. Going and they approach the double hairpins. Side by side, triple Y, Tokyo, Rusu, and Russian Dealer. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed every time I say that guy's name. Russian Dealer going off track momentarily as they head into the final S's of this lap. Approaching the final corner. Safety car giving us an excellent POV. Thank you, Lemming, for that. Oh, and he's killing himself. Let's go back here. Just a quick update for you guys. I just saw Bailey exit the pits, and Bailey is now caught up in traffic. He's got Pascal behind him. He's gonna have to defend. Look at that, Pascal going down the inside into the hairpins. They go side by side on exit. Bailey's gonna have to try and defend that one. Will Bailey be able to keep up the position as they head into the double hairpins? Bailey holds on for now. Pascal with a very bold move, but to no avail as of yet. Will Pascal try to continue up the pressure? Bailey trying to hold on to that inside line. Pascal going the long way around. They're going side by side. Bailey uses his curse to go ahead into the S's as they now approach the end of the lap. It looks like Bailey was able to build a little bit of a gap to Pascal, but Pascal's going to go for it. Raisu is ahead as they head into the hairpin. Pascal's going to go to pit along with Zach. The Ghost Shadows is exiting now. The strategies are really, really getting interesting right now. T-Dash continues to lead. Jacob currently ahead. Tamushka. Burn. Rusu going for the move. He makes it into the hairpin. Nice and clean. Bailey right behind. Bailey is going to have to make some overtakes to maintain his pace, to make sure that he doesn't lose to D-Dash or to Quangus. Quangus moving up into second right now. Bailey really needs to get a move. He really needs to get out of this traffic, which evidently you can see that Bailey has that pace, but he's just losing precious time right now. And I say we have a look at where T-Dash is in. He's entering the next lap now. T-Dash currently in third. I think he must have pit. Can I get a W in chat for this amazing heli flying over here? Tokyo still fighting Tamushka. Guys, if you donate to Formula V right now, if you donate to Formula V right now, $5, I will go beneath that sign right there. If you guys give me $5, I'll do a stunt and go beneath the sign. Everybody watching the stream, give me your opinions in the chat, please. I'm gonna go all the way back from the beginning of the straight. T-Dash and Jacob battling it out right now. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna go through that sign. Nobody's saying anything, so I'm not gonna do it. T-Dash currently down in third. Right back where he started. This time Bailey is behind him. Jacob has inherited second place. I am not sure whether or not Jacob has pit, but if he has, then kudos to him for making up all those positions. Guys, I can't do it. uh uh Okay, the race director just said that they would murder me if I even attempted this. The race director just called me out. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, he said that I could attempt it. Tokyo going off track, hitting a wall. Ladies and gentlemen, get back in the race, Tokyo. As Pascal Frost and Zach now put him under pressure going into the hairpin. Rusu, is that must be how you say it. I just heard the race director say it, so that must be how it's said. Go, 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 go. No, I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I can't do Lemming, don't look at me. Lemming, I see you looking at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. The safety car is eyeing me down. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Eddie, don't touch me. Okay, we need to reverse a little bit. The race director, the race director is going for it, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up, join the Discord, sign up to become an FIA if you want to be as cool as this guy. You can go sign up and become an FIA. Do it, Eddie. Do it. Burn coming through. Followed not so close by a car who's a lap ahead. Maybe Lemming should do it. I think Lemming will have it. Oh, Eddie is going to go to do it. The race director, ladies and gentlemen, the race director has pulled it off. What a Giga Chad. What an absolute legend. Go sign up to become an FIA right now. Or you can go and sign up to become a media team member. Joestar, get back into the race. Rejoin safely. As we see a few cars going through now. It's my turn. My turn to shine. Oh, there's a car coming. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. No! I can't fly this. I can't fly this Eddie. There's a car coming. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to wait for the grid to pass. Okay. Let T dash through. Okay, go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Boom, boom, boom. Right, where's my $5, chat? Give me my $5. All right, let's get back into the race, shall we? We've been goofing around a little bit too much, and I believe we are on board now with Tifosi. Tifosi currently running it out in 4th position, just on the fringes of a podium. And since it's been a while, let's get a count on the grid. So in 1st position we got Quangus John, Jacob in 2nd, followed closely by T-Dash, Tifosi in 4th, the Ghost Shadows in 5th, Bailey, who's been running 2nd at the start of the race, now all the way down to 6th position. What has happened to him? And Bailey going down even further now. The grid is updating. The Ghost Shadows in 5th now. Azazel Stark, Stefan, Ravioli, Bailey now falling down to 9th. Russian Dealer in 10th. Tamushka in 11th. Tokyo 12th. Squashed Zach 13th. Pascal Frost. Vic, Infinite, Rusu, I'm Not Burned, and Andy Joestar still in 19th place. And the media team guy is getting bribed for $100 by Chris. Chris, I can't bring myself to do it. I'm so sorry. The chat seems to be very, very big fans of Bailey, so we are going to hop on board with the streaming POV, and we're going to find Bailey. Bailey should be coming around any moment. Here comes T-Dash, currently in 3rd position. Andy Joestar lap down. Burn. I don't know where he is at. Tifosi, the Ghost Shadow, Stefan, Azazel, Ravioli. Where is Bailey? Bailey, we're hopping on board. Not on board, but we're going to be stalking Bailey for a lap. Let's show the entire world what a lap around Lago Zancudo looks like. As you head down into the hairpin, you want to lift quite early to save that curve. Try to use as much exit as possible, as shown by Bailey, who went off track a little bit there. Heading into the double hairpins, you want to lift a little bit. You want to make sure your car is under control before you brake super hard into the hairpins. You want to gain as much curves as possible. Uphill you go now. It's a long right-hander that drags around, really kills your tires. Into the S's you go. You really got to nail those S's. They're harder than they look. Into this very, very unique, very tricky hairpin. And that is a lap. Actually, let's talk about that first few corners. You want to really have that center line going into the first corner, and you want to set yourself up going into that tight hairpin over there. As we see by Bailey, he handles it really beautifully. And that is on board with Bailey. Let's hop on board with Bailey still. Thank you to Mr. Brian. Shout out to Mr. Brian for giving us this wonderful POV over here. We love Mr. Brian, except when he's driving against you in Formula 1. Okay, Mr. Brian, what are you doing? Mr. Brian is having fun. Okay, you don't need to look at me when I'm not flying. Okay, let's get back to the track. Yeah, Quangus Still in the lead, followed closely by Jacob. Jacob's actually maintaining the gap pretty well. Thank you, Mr. Ryan, for all of that. As we go back to the race director POV, we got a battle over here. I think it is Pascal Frost and Vic. Both of these drivers, very quick drivers, though they are a little bit further down the field than they usually would be. Head into the hairpin now. Vic charging along. Pascal Frost going back a little bit. Is that a crash from Vic or is that lag? Okay, that was just lag. Vic is lagging very heavily. It looked like a crash. And yeah, we'll get more Bailey. As we hop on board with Bailey once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop on board. Let's see how he does his lap. Goes for that apex. He goes a little bit deep into that first corner. I personally would save a little bit more space going into that second apex, but he is now in to the hairpin. Downhill he goes. Make sure to ace the apexes on this double hairpin. Getting past those blue flags over there, you gotta stick to the right. Ride the curves, Bailey. Ride those curves. Ride those curves like you've never ridden curbs before. Make sure you ace the S's as you now approach the final hairpin. Go for that late turn in to maximize that exit. Follow the track to the line. That's a lap. Quengus John now exiting the double hairpins, followed by Jacob. T-Dash is a little bit further down the field. I think he may be losing time. We got a three-way battle. Azazel, Go, Shadows. Let's follow with these two over here. Azazel and Go, Shadows. Okay, my helicopter flying skills are peak as they head into the final S's. Ravioli leads this battle. Go, Shadows and Azazel going into the hairpins. They almost go side by side, but it looks like Azazel loses out ever so slightly. I will take note, guys. Next time that I stream this race, I will make sure to get a permanent Bailey cam. That is actually possible. But let's hop on board back with this battle over here. Azazel and the Ghost Shadows still fighting it out. It's a quite intense battle. Ravioli still trying to hold on to his position ahead, but it looks like the Ghost Shadows and Azazel getting quite close due to the Constantina effect. As they now hug the curbs, ride those curves. Ravioli, hold on to your position. The Ghost Shadow's gonna go for a move against Ravioli into the S's. They're side by side. Ravioli pushes the Ghost Shadows a little bit wide, but the Ghost Shadows is gonna fight this one back. Ravioli is gonna try to inherit that dominant line going into the corner. Come on, helicopter. We need a better car than this. We need to get like Bailey is fighting against Tamushka. Azazel putting the Ghost Shadows under pressure just a few moments after the Ghost Shadows was putting Ravioli under pressure. We got a true three-way battle. They go side by side, almost doing a double overtake on Ravioli. The Ghost Shadows pushing Azazel wide. As we now drop on this board, it's Russian Dealer and Bailey who are going to go into the double hairpins. These two cars, I believe they're teammates, Russian Dealer and Tamushka, who are fighting. This is straight out of a movie right here. Ghost Shadows fighting against Azazel. Very intense battle over here. And a safety car has been called. The safety car has been called. It's time to boot up the engine, Lemming. He is currently waiting for the leaders. Rusu has to come through. The back markers have to come through. Just wait. Here comes Quangus, going full speed to the pit line, and he is now going to be collected by Lemming. I'm not sure where the safety car incident occurred. And the safety car leads the race once again, as we see some cars lapping themselves as well. And it is the last lap. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how the race is going to end. Quangus wins on track here at Lago Zancudo. Jacob coming in second. T-Dash in third. Tifosi in fourth. Stefan fifth. Ravioli then followed by Azazel. The Ghost Shadows. Bailey. A tragic race for him, going from second all the way to ninth. Russian Dealer coming home in 10th to finish the top 10. And as Lemming leads the pack in this final lap, see the back markers trying to push as hard as they can to finish the race. As the field crosses the line now. Here comes Rusu. What a brilliant race. Quite an eventful race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the race. Now, typically, yes, it ended under safety car. Typically, I would end the stream now, but I do want to see if I can get a word in from the race winner. Eddie, is Quangus still here, or did he leave? Okay, never mind. No interview. Oh, can we get an interview for T-Dash? Let's see if we can hop in and get an interview.
Hello?
Hello, Quangus.
Hi.
Hello, T-Dash. And I believe it was Jacob who came in.
Jacob is yeah, but
Jacob's second.
I don't feel he'll join.
Okay,
He's going to
Jacob,
toilet.
who finished in second place, will not be joining us. Quangus, congratulations. What a race.
Yeah, thank you. It was the strategy.
It was the strategy. What strategy was
Yeah.
that?
Well, I expected everyone to go double hards, and I just gambled with triple mediums, and it worked out for me, even
Nice.
though the pits were so long.
And
Yeah.
congratulations, T-Dash.
Thank you.
That was a pretty solid race on your end. I saw there was an incident between you and Bailey. What happened?
Yeah, I feel bad. Yeah, I just clipped his inside wheel on the hairpin coming out to go on the uphill, and it was just it might ruin my race. That's the only thing.
So you think that a crash like that was just the kind of crash that happens on this track, kind of inevitable, you would say?
Mm, I'm not really sure. Um, it it happened. I don't really know what else to say. It was just that's the only thing I'm disappointed with. But apart from that, yeah, I thought I drove quite nice. Had a decent battle with Jacob, but he was just faster than me.
I would say so too. I'm sure a lot of people are probably trying to get Bailey into the call. A lot of the people in the chat today they were all the rage about Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey did really well. Bailey was doing really well. He just went.
Oh,
I
he's
I
not.
had the inside on him and just tapped his inside, and I was just like, oh no. My heart just sank.
Well, thank you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the result. I wish you luck in the
Yeah,
penalty
that's it.
submissions.
Yeah.
And, yeah, thank you for the
Brilliant.
interview, everybody. All right, so I think that concludes the race. Poor Bailey, going down all the way to ninth. But yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hopping on board with Formula V for the Lago Zancudo Grand Prix. We'll see you tomorrow, I believe, for Formula 1. We'll see you there.